Hello everyone, and I want to welcome you first to one of these update videos. Thank you for following this whole tutorial up to this point. Perhaps you're here and you're just wanting to update from 1.7.1 to the 1.7.2 patch. If that's true, then you don't have to worry about the ALS and all those other things from the previous tutorials. I will take you through steps that should allow you just to update and get to the 1.7.2 hotfix. So this is relying on that you are using 1.7.1 at this time. If you find that you're in an earlier version, follow one of my other tutorials to get yourself to the 1.7. If you are in a later one, you can skip this tutorial and you don't need to do it because you'll already have all these changes implemented. If you like this video, feel free to check out my Discord server. The link will be in the description. Also, I have a Patreon that you're welcome to support. And make sure you follow, subscribe, do all the things that you need to be able to get notifications of future videos that I put out. Let's go and get started with Survival Game Kit 1.7.2. Begin with, this is mainly a few fixes. If you look on the 1.7.2 support page, you can go on diffusestudio.com, diffusestudio.com, so diffusestudios.com. And on there, he has patch notes. There's 3 that will be fixing that are related to the 1.7. Some new features that were added in 1.7.1 and 1.7. We're going to be correcting a little bit of how those work. So if you want to pull up that web page, you're more than welcome to, and you can follow along. But we'll be going through each of the steps as we go. To begin with, let's look at the fixed weapons not attached to new clients. So when new clients connect, the fixed weapons are not attached. So we need to add some nodes to the master holdable. So first of all, you'll need to be in the main showcase level, go to content, and then search for master holdable. Open that up. And in here, we need to be in the main event graph. Go ahead and zoom out a bit. We have the begin play that we created in the last update. So that is in the 1.7.1, we have all these items that we made. We're going to be adding to this. Let's make it so we have some room here. This server events, we can shrink down. It's taking up a lot of room. And that'll give us some more room to add things below that event begin play. So first of all, let's take a look at this. He has the event begin play. He did make some changes to this a little bit. So master holdable, event begin play. And instead of doing it in this manner, he's gone through and reworked how this is all laid out. So let's go ahead and fix some of this, because this code that's right here is going to be last in a multicast now. This code here will be in the event begin play still. So let's do this in a few steps just to make it the least amount confusing as possible. First, let's right click and disconnect the link on event begin play, and then drag that up a little bit higher. And at the end of this attach to component, go ahead and right click and break the link there as well. And then we're going to move that switch has authority and the set timer just up above, about in line with that event begin play. Now drag that switch has authority all the way to the left, right next to the event begin play, and connect it. Now we're going to add some things between the authority and that timer. First, right click and let's get the game mode. You can put that right below the switch has authority macro and drag off of that game mode and do cast to BP survival game mode. You'll then want to connect these up. So go ahead and control and click and drag and put that to the right side of the cast and then connect the authority to the cast. from this reference for as BP survival game mode, we need to drag off and do a bind event to update resources. Go ahead and control click and drag to the right of that, then connect the two. And then the timer will go right after this, and it's the disconnect check, 0.5 seconds. All of that should be correct. Well, now we need to create a custom event down here. So right below the event begin play, right click and do custom event. Let's call this new client connected bind. So this new client connected bind, and then the little red box that's in the upper right, you need to drag and connect that to the event that's on the lower left of the bind event. I'm going to double click on these and add reroute nodes just to clean it up a little bit. We're going to then put this into a multicast, but we haven't created that multicast because that multicast is what is going to call this is valid in the attached to component. So let's go ahead and create that first. Right click just to the left of the is valid and do custom event. We'll add that custom event. And then we're going to name this custom event multicast new client. We need to change the replication on this. So drop the not replicated and set it to multicast. Do reliable for that. And then drag that into the exec on is valid. So now we'll be able to compile first. Then drag from the right of that new client connected bind and search for multicast new client. So what this will do is when this event is called, it will send this to everyone. So everyone will receive a copy of this attached to component. So that should make it so that fixed weapons attached for new clients. Now we'll move on to the next one. This will be fixed weapon animation not working for new clients. Begin with, we need to go into the player inventory component for this. So just make sure this is compiled and saved. Then to the player inventory component, we need to go to content and search. Player inventory. Double click that to open it. In here, we do need to be in the event graph. So double click the event graph on the left. Then go to the right. And we will find a section where it says server begin play. So you'll notice they're kind of similar things with client begin play. We want to be on the server begin play. So make sure the beginning of that shows that. Then we will scroll to the right till we get to this player building component. And what we're going to do is add some items between this and the server set player name. Go ahead and drag and extend the comment box out, highlight, drag over and highlight those two boxes and move them to the right a bit. Now what we'll do right below the player building component, we'll right click, we'll get game mode, put it right below that, and then let's drag off of that game mode and we'll do cast to BP survival game mode. Do a control click and drag of that to the right side and then connect that back up. And now we need to, from this game mode, drag off and bind event to update resources. Control click and drag that to the right side and connect the two nodes. There we go. So that will take care of that part. So you can go ahead and drag those two boxes back to the left, because that is as far as we need to go with that part. We now need to create a custom event that we're going to bind to this. So right click and custom event. We're going to add one. Call this bind new client connected. Of course, we're going to connect the two boxes here, so make sure you do that event between the two. This is going to call another type of multicast. So we need to create that first, because what we're going to drag this to isn't actually existing at the moment. So below that custom event we just created, right click and do a new custom event one more time, or add custom event, sorry. Call this one new client connected. This one will be on the right hand side, upper right. You need to hit the drop down as multicast and check reliable. Hit compile. And then we need to add two inputs to this. So the first one, you'll just need to click the plus on the upper right where it says inputs. And what we're going to create first will be named held actor. So HELD actor. Hit that drop down and call this actor. You'll see it right here where it says just actor. Go and click that. And now we have a held actor. We'll need to create a Boolean as well. So hit the plus and call this one holding item. We have holding item now. Hit the drop down, choose Boolean. And now we're going to set on the left here. You see that held actor. Go ahead and drag it out there. And we'll do a set held actor. You could do it if you didn't search for it before. Go ahead and search on the top for held. Connect that set and drag the pin to connect the held actor to held actor. And now we need to get a reference to the master character. So right click and put get master character. Drag off of this and type set held actor. There's two here. So one of them is locally. Let's do it from this one. Actually, no, that's not the right one. There's two of them. So we'll do set held actor. And you'll do the bottom one. So just so you can see that one more time. Set held actor. Variables, non-edit, set held actor. That's the one you want to choose. Go ahead and connect this. And connect the two pins between them. Now we're going to be setting the holding item. So you can drag off of holding item and type set holding item. Be just one there. Go ahead and select that. Drag it and connect the two pins between, or the route nodes. So go ahead and let's reroute these so it goes around. It's easy. There we go. So now we're setting that held item, but we need to call it because this will never be called at the moment because nothing is referring to it. So we're going to refer to it at the bind new client connected. So drag off of that and type new client connected. Not the bind, choose just the new client connected. Then move these other items down a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to have some references here. So we have held actor, which is on the left. Drag that held actor and to the pin of held actor. And then we need to search for holding item. And you see that right there under non-edit. Go and drag that to the holding item. Line them up right there. And now it will pass the values of those and send it to everyone. So go ahead and compile and save. And that should fix the weapon animation not working for all clients. Now the final fix of this particular patch, we're going to fix equipment not loading on new clients. So to do this, we need to be in the player inventory component. I'm currently there, but let's say you jump to this section. You can just do a search under content for player inventory component. And then at the end of these blueprints that we just made, we just need to add one more thing. So drag off of this set holding item, and we're in the event graph. We're near the server begin play. And these are the blueprints that we just created. At the end of this, drag off and do update all slots. So you'll see update all slots. Select that, and then go ahead and resize that comment box to include everything. So that was pretty quick. All we had to do was add one node for that. And that completes the 1.7.2 updates. Before we exit this, what I want to do is first go into Showcase, and we need to change our version number because we just changed from 1.7.1 to 1.7.2. So in the level, go to this Survival Game Kit version, click on version, and in the right-hand side under text, change the 1 to a 2. And this will allow us to keep track of what version you're currently on, just to save some possible confusion. So this was one that was very, very, very quick and not too much of a hassle. But if for some reason you felt I missed something or something's not quite right, go ahead and leave a comment in the messages below. Also, you can go to my Discord, which is in the description, ask any additional questions, or if you can talk about game development in general. We have a lot of people in there that are answering questions, they're asking questions, and they're sharing resources just to help each other understand game development a little bit better. So if you'd like to be part of that community, make sure that you click the link below and join our Discord and say hi once you get in there. If you like this, make sure you subscribe, that you click the little bell to get notifications of when future episodes are going to be out. I'm going to finish up the patches for this in this series, and it should get you current as new patches come out. I will continue to do these videos to help you update and make it a little bit easier to do. But make sure you come join the community, check out my Patreon as well, and I will see you next video.